Good day and welcome to the Anthony Louisi production show. I decided to make this series because I constantly met YouTube video makers, or I constantly met filmmakers that kind of struggled to get started, struggled to kind of find their basis. When I found other filmmakers that were on the same level as me, they struggled with the same things I did when I first started making films. So this video series is very much an introduction for anyone that really wants to get themselves out there and become a filmmaker. Throughout the course of this video series, I will be showing you many things. I will be showing you how to create a video, how to shoot it, how to create a story structure, how to organize a big crew, how to do everything from A to Z that there is in filmmaking. I learned these things along the way. I learned them when I was making films. I've learned them since I was making films since I was a very small child doing child acting. So these are things that I think that a lot of people should know and a lot of people find as common knowledge, but I found when I would meet other filmmakers that they might not know it. So I decided to make this series and really kind of go into everything that I learned along the way, not necessarily in a classroom, but also on a day-to-day basis when I was making films. Not only will I be showing you how to become a movie maker in any aspect of what you would like, whether it be homework projects, small shorts, music videos, or even a feature film. Also, I'd like to show you small and simple ways to advertise yourself and market yourself in order to actually create this into a small business. It may sound very unrealistic when you first start, but there are thousands and millions of people worldwide all making a living just because they believe and are creative enough to just wake up and do it. So I encourage you to watch these series of videos and, question yourself and kind of just open your mind and kind of to just see what's really possible and to see, what someone can actually do if they set their mind to something. And in cinema and film, you kind of really, you learn as you go, and you need to learn that it's okay to learn new things every day, and it's okay to establish yourself. And there's going to be things that I continue to do every single time that I do this series, and one of them is going to be cinema word of the day. So today's word is establishing shot. An establishing shot is something like you see here. It could be a very long, wide angle, something to establish an area, establish a location, usually where the location of where the entire film will take place. An establishing shot is very important, and a lot of people overlook it, and it's something that a lot of filmmakers that are from the old generation said it was one of the most important things that a filmmaker would do. You would see these long dolly shots, you would see these long, hard establishing shots that would occur in the process of making a film, and it would show you where you were, if you were at a baseball game, if you were at the beach, if you were at just someone's house. It would show you the neighborhood, it would show you the skyline, it would show you kind of where you were, to kind of give you a mental picture for the viewer, to kind of figure out what they want and to kind of take them on that journey. The secret is by creating that establishing shot, you can do many things, and especially with the new technology, with the drones and everything, that is a very big edge, is that you can use these drones to create establishing shots, behind a wall and fly up and kind of show a whole area and, see the big picture and kind of show everyone what you're really working with. So establishing shot is the word of the day, and I thought it would be a really cool way to start the cinema series. Last but not least, I would like to talk about the other thing I'm going to be doing. Every single day when I make films, when I'm editing, when I'm doing anything, doesn't matter what it is, I always love to watch films. And I don't know if you have noticed, but Reservoir Dogs have been playing behind me, and it's one of Quentin Tarantino's most famous films because it was kind of where he started. After his My Best Friend's Birthday, after he wrote and directed that, he went on to do his first independent project of Reservoir Dogs. This film was very low budget. It ended up being so low budget that a lot of the actors end up having to wear their own clothing. And this is one of my favorite films growing up. Scarily enough, I saw this at a young age, and and it kind of brought me into my film, and I kind of studied and researched it and kind of learned kind of things about it and the things that Quentin kind of struggled with. And obviously, as a filmmaker, you look up to these certain type of filmmakers and what they kind of dealt with and things they struggled with, and you learn from their mistakes, and you can kind of learn what they did, and you kind of see the edginess in what they did. What really was remarkable was when I found out that Quentin wrote this script very quickly. He wrote it in less than a month, and the movie was shot in about 35 days. And the fascinating thing is when I studied things that Quentin Tarantino said, and I studied interviews that he did, he always talked about how certain things were difficult when he was doing films, and certain things kind of didn't go as smoothly as he wanted. And Quentin Tarantino always kind of expressed, do the outside the box. Do the bank robbery film without the robbery. That's the genius about this film. That's the genius about some of these old classic crime films. You don't see the initial crime, you just see the chasing of it. You don't see, what's going on. It's kind of this discovery of what's going to happen. And that was one of the things that I was really, I kind of set aside and kind of introduced to a lot of different ways of storytelling, and how you can kind of look at things from a different perspective and let the audience fill in the blanks for themselves. And that's what true filmmaking is and kind of get to that point. So last but not least, I would like to jump to this film. I would like to show you this part of Reservoir Dogs with the permission of Quentin Tarantino, and that kind of show you a portion of what this film is talking about. There's this torture scene that's about to happen, and Quentin Tarantino said it was a very stressful scene, and understand that it was a very difficult scene for him to shoot. He didn't expect it to be so difficult. He had about 33 walkouts and issues during the shoot. It was the #1 walkouts that occurred during the course of the entire production. And Quentin Tarantino said he was going off and on. It was really hot out. It was about 100+ degrees. The corn syrup, starch, blood, all that was kind of drying up and sticking. When you have Michael Madsen, Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, and Steve Buscemi, you have these action-packed actors and this whole cast. And to be honest, it was a really good eye of Quentin Tarantino, because a lot of these actors were just kind of, Harvey had kind of done a lot of things, but a lot of people were kind of just starting to see these people, and they really hadn't seen, a movie quite like this. They used the F word over 350 times in very different ways. So, I'd really like to, jump into this and kind of let the movie speak for itself. I'd like to show you this scene in Reservoir Dogs. I hope you enjoy.
Ever listen to K. Billy's Super Sounds of the 70s? It's my personal favorite.
Joe Egan and Jerry Rafferty were a duo known as Dealer's Wheel when they recorded this Dylan-esque pop bubble gum favorite from April of 1974. That reached up to #5 as K. Billy's Super Sounds of the 70s continues.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep this smile from my face.
Hold still.
From Joe, I'm all
Hold
over.
still.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. When you started out with nothing in your powder, tore yourself in half. And your friends, they all come calling, slap you on the back and say,
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
Oh, Quentin, man, look at the goosebumps. Whew. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Always doing it. I don't know how you knew it, but you probably, I wonder in that moment if you knew. They say at the release of this film at the film festival that even Wes Craven himself was distraught after seeing that scene, and said it was just too graphic, and it was something that was a little out of the box normal that you normally wouldn't see on a cinematic crime film. So I hope you enjoy the first segment of the Anthony Luizzi production show. I just wanted to take this time to just introduce myself and kind of get into what we will be doing, and I guarantee in the next few videos, really start to learn things. And we're going to start from the very beginning for all of you, which is my favorite part, which is if you don't have a camera, how do you start making films? And it was something I learned very quickly when I was very young, and it's not that hard. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy this series, and I'm going to give you everything that I have and everything that I've used in order to create a living for myself and create a career. And if you enjoy everything that I do, I am sure you'll love it. Bye-bye.